everybody, welcome to today's video. My name is May Tuzan, and today we are covering the conclusion of praxis. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Praxis. Understanding the mind game. So again, here is a stick figure. As I've learned from Bob Proctor, this is the way he explains it. If you're not familiar with this, you might want to go back to videos 1, 2, and 3 and get a better understanding of what this stick figure is all about. Or if you're familiar with Bob Proctor, you're probably familiar with the stick figure. So this is us. This is ourself. So we have our mind and we have our body. And our mind, we have our conscious mind, which is the gate, the one who either accepts or rejects ideas, thoughts, or beliefs that come at us. And then we have our the subconscious part of the mind, which is the receiver, the one that accepts whatever comes through the gate, whatever we accept in our conscious mind. So our body is the vehicle, which puts our thoughts, our deep-seated beliefs and programming into motion. So again, we look at our mind. There's the body. And when we take out our conscious mind, meaning we leave our minds open. So we're not really thinking now. We're just, we just leave our minds wide open, our conscious minds. The gate is wide open, right? So we don't filter anything that comes through our conscious mind. This is what happens. We have thoughts, we have beliefs, we have ideas. And most of these things, they come from outside, like an outside source. We have other people's thoughts, other people's beliefs, other people's ideas, right? And they come at us. If we're not careful, if we don't guard our precious minds, if we leave our conscious minds wide open, sorry about that, I keep losing my internet connection. So moving on, so if we are not careful, if we don't guard our precious mind, if we leave our conscious minds wide open, if we leave the gate wide open, we have all these thoughts, ideas, and beliefs just going straight into our subconscious mind. And again, our subconscious mind has no ability to reject, it can only accept. So when the gate is wide open, everything will just go right in there. And the thing is, with repeated impressions, it will plant the idea and proceed to grow with continued attention and nourishment. So say, for example, we have these thoughts, beliefs, and ideas, whether they're positive or negative. If we nurture it, if we continue to give it attention, it will grow. So, and then the thing with that is when we repeatedly hear the same thoughts, same beliefs, and same ideas, eventually they become real for us, they become true to us. We start accepting them as fact. You'll notice how you have beliefs and ideas that you've held on for so long, ever since you were a child, right? Like all the things that you've heard, you weren't really consciously thinking about them, you weren't really consciously filtering through them. So what happens is whatever you heard, whatever you heard, you started believing, and then you've adapted them. Like growing up, you started believing them as your own. You started accepting them, like you started looking at those beliefs, those ideas, those thoughts as your own without even really even dissecting it and really questioning them. And so what happens is whatever gets planted in our subconscious mind, they show up as our results, because these are our programming, and our actions are always based on our programming. We are habitual beings, So we act based on our programming, based on our beliefs. You want to know what's going on in your mind? Just look at your results. And if you're serious about getting the results you really want, look at your belief system. And you want to make sure that your conscious belief and your subconscious belief are in total alignment. Because if your subconscious belief doesn't support your new beliefs, there will be struggle. Because imagine in your own mind, if you have the positive and the negative both residing in there, you're always you're always going to be there's always going to be an inner struggle. You're always going to be do it, don't do it, yes I can, no I can't, right? You're always going to be back and forth just because you're struggling with yourself. You are, you're having this inner war within yourself. So you want to make sure that they are in total alignment. Because you'll notice, say for example, you look at two friends, right? One wants to do it, the other one doesn't want to do it. How likely is it? One of them is going to win. So, either it gets done or it doesn't get done. So it's the same with you. It's like there's two ideas living inside of you. So you either let the negative idea win or you let the positive idea win, right? So you want to get the positive winning over the negative. You want to get them in total alignment to get the results you want. So here are some key points to remember. So you want to let go of the beliefs that no longer serve you. Acknowledge your circumstance, but don't dwell on it. And what this means is that you look at your results, but that doesn't mean that you ignore them or, you just pay no attention to them. The thing is, you acknowledge it, know that it's there, but you don't dwell on it. Say, for example, you look at your bank balance and it's not exactly the number that you want to see, but you don't dwell on it. You don't feel bad or sad about it. You don't feel any negative, you don't attach any negative emotions to it. You just see it, you know that it's there, but don't dwell on it. I mean, there are some people who look at, who look at the result, or say, for example, in this case, they look at the bank balance and say, for example, they have a bill that's coming up and they dwell on the number that they're seeing on, on their bank balance, right? So the thing is, you don't want to dwell on that because what you focus on expands. And if you want that result to expand, go ahead and dwell on it. But you don't want that. What you want to expand is the result that you really want to get. So you acknowledge the result, but do not dwell on it. Do not get emotionally involved in it. And so you want to create a new belief system that will support you in your dream. Because if you look at the last video, we've covered how you can create a new belief system and it really plant that deep into your subconscious. And you want to embrace your new empowering beliefs and plant them deep in your subconscious. And what you want to do is you want to write your affirmations and repeat them daily. You want to feed them to your subconscious. Feed them to your subconscious mind for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks in between. And why you want to do this is, how we regularly eat to feed our physical bodies? It's the same with our minds. We need to feed our minds regularly because we don't want to weaken our minds. We want to build and strengthen our mental muscles. So we want to feed these positive positive affirmations and positive and empowering affirmations into our minds as often as we want throughout the day, because we are surrounded by a lot of negative and we don't want those negative lingering in our minds. We want to control our minds by affirming positive statements, positive and empowering statements. And remember, repetition is key. So the more you repeat it, the faster you get them implanted and ingrained and deeply burned into your subconscious mind. So I'm going to leave you with some exercises to help you strengthen your mental muscles, to help you strengthen your mind. First, you want to look into your past and make a written description of the results you've been habitually getting because they are a reflection of your paradigm, your programming, your habitual thinking, right? Because we are creatures of habit. So usually we act based on our programming, based on habits. And one example would be that you're always late, because I know that was like when I did this exercise, that was one of the things that I've written down. Like my results or the results that I've been habitually getting is that I'm always late. And the that's a reflection of my paradigm because I know that I've programmed myself into believing that I'm not really a morning person. Like, I'm a night owl. Like that's how I've always seen myself. And so as a result, I always sleep late and I always wake up late because because I've programmed myself to believe that I'm not a morning person. So what ends up happening is that, I always wake up late and I am normally always late. So that's a reflection of the paradigm. Another example would probably be that maybe you're always broke, right? Because there's a lot of people, like they make a lot of money, but then at the same time, they're also always broke. And that's a reflection of a paradigm. So, they might have like bad spending habits. That's why they're always broke. Like no matter how much money they make, they're always broke because they have bad spending habits. And that's a programming. Again, we are habitual beings, we are habitual creatures, so we act based on our programming. So if we're not really thinking, we just do whatever we're programmed to do. So the next part of the exercise is this: let go of the past. So you make a written description of what you consciously believe you can and want to do. And I put consciously there because, as I've covered in the past videos, we have our conscious beliefs and our subconscious beliefs. So right now we are creating this new belief that we believe we can do what we want to do. And when you make this written description, when you write this description, you want to make sure that you write it in the present tense. So, say for example, with the always late example, right? Writing it in the present tense would be that I am always early. I always get up early, and I am always early. Or you can state it in a way where you say, I'm so happy and grateful that I always wake up early and I'm always early. Or in the example of always broke, right? You can write it in a way that, you can say, I am financially healthy. I have a healthy bank balance and I am very smart with the use of my money. I am very smart with the way I use money. Or you can also write it in a way where you say, I am so happy and grateful that I am financially healthy. My bank balance is healthy, and I'm so happy and grateful that I'm always very smart with the way I use money. And another thing you want to make sure of is that you feel genuine gratitude as if you're already experiencing the results that you want. Say for example, you want to, the example of being early or being late, and what you want to replace that with being early. So you want to feel genuine, that you're actually, you want to feel sincerely grateful and genuinely grateful, as if you are already waking up early and that you are always early. And with the broke example, you want to feel genuinely and sincerely grateful as if you are already this person who has a very healthy bank balance, who is very healthy financially, and who is very smart with the money. And the next thing you want to do is you want to hold the image of the good you desire. Hold the image of yourself already achieving this result. And the last thing is you want to believe both on your conscious and subconscious level that you deserve to win. Believe and succeed. Everything is possible for one who believes. So, first, you have to believe, because if you don't believe it's possible, how likely is it that you are actually going to make it, that you are actually, that it will be possible for you? So first you have to have the belief that it's possible and it will be possible, because it says in the Bible, everything is possible for one who believes. So you first have to believe before it can happen for you. And that's the end of our praxis topic. So that's the end of this video series. I hope you've learned something. I hope you find this video series helpful. And if you do, please feel free to give me a thumbs up, share, or subscribe to my channel. And I thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.